ايه اللي هي نوع من العاب
داينستي ووريرز على
اوكي. And we're live. Welcome back, everybody. This is Qatartainment. Sengu QTR here, along with my good friend, the Qatari geek Jassim.
So hi guys, as today was gonna be a kind of like a small, or just the two of us.
Well, you know how it is, life and everything. You know, this is not actually our daily job. We'd wish this was our daily job. I'd like, you know, if I could, I'd do this every day.
Yeah,
I mean,
you do it in the early morning.
Yeah.
No stress.
Yeah.
You're doing it whatever you want.
Yeah, don't quit your day job. So yeah, you're right. I mean, you do it in the early morning. You know, you get your coffee. You know, hi everyone, good morning. You know, you give them that bright and early. You know, and so today's episode is gonna be about the latest PlayStation Showcase games. So lately they gave us some quite of amazing announcements that for new games and games that we have been anticipating for a while. One of them shocked the whole world. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I think it shocked the whole world, and we're gonna talk about it in a bit. And I think you know which one I'm talking about.
The Metal Gear Solid remake.
And you just gave away the game, didn't you? You have to lead up to it. But yes,
of course, everyone knows about it. Everyone knows about it.
Everyone wanted it, you know.
And the trailer was so good. And I was like, "What is this game? What is this snake? What is like? No, snake. No, they cannot do it.
Because you did
Metal Gear. A snake is the snake eater. And it was Metal Gear.
Yeah, it was Metal Gear Solid 3. Now,
yes.
Finally, they're gonna make a remake, and they're also gonna get this legacy. Called the Legacy Collection?
Yeah, the Legacy Collection. As I think it will be maybe some rumors are saying it's gonna be like slightly just HD remake of the previous ones.
Yeah, because and not to mention that, they're also gonna bring back the old pixelated ones.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're gonna bring back Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, and they're gonna bring Metal Gear Solid 1, then Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Yeah, it's gonna be all in this HD bundle, I think.
You think they're gonna bring 4 and 5?
Yeah, I'm sure they will do it.
Yeah.
After the sales of 3, or when it sells good, I'm sure it's going to sell.
You know that 3 was literally the first one that had the concept of open world?
I don't remember. As I only remember 3, I always saw my cousin playing it, and he's like, hide it under a box. I'm like, ooh, what's this game? And then you see the weapons and stuff.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 3 actually had the first concept, I think, of open world, because he truly had to go from area to area, but the remake should be different, you know, the way I see it. Metal Gear Solid 2, though it did keep the concept of traveling from area to area, every time you enter a new area, it gives out the name, you know, like Area A, 1, B, something like that.
Yes.
It gives you that, you know.
Yeah, it's showing on the map even.
Because you're going. Think of it. If you're heading to area, you're going through stages.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it works, and this one definitely will. I will say it will keep some of the concept of Metal Gear Solid 3, but also brings out some nostalgic as well as modern. You know, a mixture of nostalgia and modern.
Same, hopefully the same what happened with the Final Fantasy 7 remake.
But 7 had a major
story.
They are all
difference.
Yeah. There's a major story difference because they alternated timelines.
Yeah, because as I read that they are doing the original story of Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, because you don't want to do the
original, not the previous ones. I
at least would like to have the opportunity to play Sephiroth one time. You know what I mean?
I think we will have.
I hope so. I sincerely hope so.
As I remember, and
we did get
previous one, we had to play with him in the flashback. So I'm sure we're gonna have to have this flashback soon.
Yeah, but I don't want a flashback. I want like full full player of Sephiroth. You know what I
You
mean?
can play with him in Final Fantasy NT.
Yeah, that's not good enough. I mean, I played Dissidia. I played Dissidia. You know,
Yeah, Dissidia,
it's
the
like
original, like,
honestly,
was-
it's like playing an arcade game, and I don't want to play
It was
arcade.
based on an arcade game at the start in Japan.
Yeah. I remember when I played the arcade. Actually, I played the arcade game in Japan.
And as people were saying, the arcade one was better than the release console version.
Yeah, probably did have some sort of lowering of specs, graphics, things like that. You know.
Yeah, and because the major setback was in the NC version,
Yeah.
the console version, that the story was hidden behind a kind of paywall or like an online playing. So people didn't want to play online first to know the story. They want to play the story, then they can play online.
Exactly.
That was a major setback.
Exactly. So I think playing the story does play into somehow how the worlds collided.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I would like to see for sure, and now since we're bringing it up, I would really love to see the new Final Fantasy 16 game. You know?
Well, they released the latest trailer there in the
Showcase. Yeah.
and it was so good.
I know.
I'm telling you, it's gonna
I know.
be one of the best games of this year.
He will have the power of Ifrit. The way I see it, he is gonna.
As I think he would suicide as a freak. I think it's like each character has like their in their own town, like their own.
This is what I'm wondering. Now, the
empire, each empire has their own crystallizers.
Yeah.
This monsters the summon.
Now, here's what I'm wondering: will you be playing other characters in 16, or is it just that one guy? Does seem like that one guy.
I think it's gonna be one guy. It's gonna be like an action RPG as similar as Devil May Cry as I saw
Right,
with the
right.
as combats.
Yeah.
But I didn't
It's
see
very
much of the
ac-
combat because I didn't want to spoil myself.
I get it. I've seen some of the combat. It's very based on anime. Quick time.
Yes.
There's some quick time action. You know, a lot, and it does seem like very like a mixture of the classics as well as.
The people who played it giving it are strong reviews so far.
Like strong positive reviews.
Yes, positive review. And the saying, the story wise, it's like it's one of the best Final Fantasy stories ever. It's like very nostalgic.
Not to mention, I think your character can actually transform into Ifrit, for example.
He will be transferred to a fleet, and I think after you beat the certain summon or I don't know what they call them in this.
Yeah, that's the problem.
it's
Every
somebody-
Final Fantasy, they give them like different definitions.
Yes.
Deities, aeons.
GF. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
As I saw in a battle, after you beat them, you will have their powers. You can use them.
Oh, so
Yes.
there is a possibility to play to like have a different power other than Ifrit.
Yes.
But I think the most
You have to equip
iconic
it.
so far is Ifrit. For like, it represents rage and anger, and I
Yes,
think
because
this.
I think he's the main character of the hero's gonna be.
And something's gonna happen to him, and he's gonna get revenge.
Of course, it's gonna be revenge.
You know, and he's gotta get a free.
And this is the only. I think this is the second Final Fantasy that has blood in it.
Really?
Yes.
Which one was the first?
The first one was the PSP version of the PSP Type 0.
Type 0. I
It
remember
was
that
one of the first dark Final Fantasy stories. That there's a lot of death, there's a lot of blood, a lot of backstabbing. It was an interesting story.
But I remember playing Type 0. Never finished it. It
'Cause,
was super time consuming.
Yes, and the graphics were kind of bad, and the controls were very, very bad.
Not to mention, I tried playing the guy with the katana.
Yes.
You know, you know what the problem was? He couldn't run.
Yeah, that's one of the problems.
Yeah, there was like literally lots of limitations to the characters, as well as advantages.
Yes, even so, in the whole, even like when you use the summon, when you use him,
Yeah.
the other characters weren't gonna get any XP or any level up, so it's kind of like pointless to use him. So you have to either use this one or the player or the summon to level up, and both of them are gonna take a lot of time. And what else? And you had to play, I think, with 12 characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
based on the card games, the cards.
Yeah, that guy uses magic if I'm not wrong. He's the main, but he looks like he's the main character or the cover boy.
The one with the
The
cards.
cards. Yeah, he's the cover boy or the main
He's
character.
the cover boy.
Okay.
And I think he's one of the main characters. Yes, but they're all kind of like a main character.
Oh yeah, because they're like 12, and then there's the mother thing. Oh dear God.
Yeah, the story was so big, but I didn't finish it, but people were saying it was very good.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Final Fantasy games are all good, to be honest. 13, I never managed to finish it. You know, because there's a
13.
final. Yeah, it's one with lightning.
With the lightning, yes.
Yeah, with that one,
It was very short.
it was. That's why there was a second part,
And
and a third part was called Lightning Returns.
Yeah, and I played them all.
The third
I had
part.
to play them all.
The third part.
The third part was good.
The third part was good, yes, but
It was
it
not
came with a very, very annoying.
time system. I
Yeah.
think yes, the time system.
Yeah, I mean, you have 2 weeks to save your enemies.
Yeah, and then you have
To save your.
to
Wow.
save the world. Kind of like
You have to save them by beating them.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't like games with time. Like you have time limits. It's very annoying.
That's the thing, time. If there's an actual real time thing, then you will feel pressured. You won't have time.
I felt pressure near the end because I remember there was some. You can find some items to increase the timer and some things to increase the timer, but then sometimes you don't have. You're not gonna find them, so you just want to class. You just want to finish everything and just.
Exactly.
And there's no time.
Exactly. Now I've played lots of Final Fantasy games, but I think my first one was X2. 10. Oh yeah.
That's a very strange starting for a Final Fantasy.
Well, that's because. Well, remember the PS2 day? Well, you probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been around on the PS2 days, or is it the PS1?
It was PS2.
PS2. Yeah,
the
PS2
X
actually.
Was,
Yeah, because
X3 was the
actually,
first-
believe it or not, because in here, back in the days of the bootlegs,
Mhm.
I like to call them bootlegs or
Yes.
illegals.
We didn't call them illegals. We just called them cheaper games. I think.
Yeah, remember the days where you could get 20 reals a game?
It was. Yeah, and I was going to Bahrain. I was getting them for 10 real even,
Yeah.
and it was so
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, I remember one time I went to Mecca, and I actually got them in the same mall that has the as our hotel, and then
And then you can.
I don't know who, I don't remember.
We have a lot of fans coming.
Oh yeah,
nowadays.
somebody just waved at me. If anyone's wondering, I think it was I think it's someone I knew. I don't remember. So where was I?
He will see us on the chat and he will text you later.
I hope so. I hope so. Since we're mentioning, and since I forgot about it, I'd like to thank Geek Street, Store 974, and
And Majid
Shabab
for
for giving us this place. We're definitely are. I love this new home, and I love this. It's actually good on my back if you think about it. Are you sitting comfortably?
Yeah.
You sure?
That's fine.
Because you look like you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get a more cushion. Get in there.
With the cushion, it's fine. Okay.
So. Where was I again? I don't know.
At Mecca, you bought a game when you.
Yes. So even Mecca, like I bought games back in the when I was when we were still doing Game Boy Color.
Yes.
I discovered Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, and Pokemon Yellow. Yeah. Remember those days we had to save from the very beginning?
Yes.
Yeah. And the saving back then was brutal.
And if you have a bad battery, your save will be destroyed.
So, back to my original opinion, because back in those days, selection of certain games was not available. I was able to find X2, but not X.
X was very popular.
X was very popular. That's why Titus was very popular. That's why he's in every single arcade game.
Yes.
And even his dad, for some weird reason. Yeah, but all I was able to find was X2. Very good once you get all the other classes.
It was an okay game. It was not that bad at the end. It was still a a turn-based Japanese RPG, as what you're saying.
Yeah, it was.
And it has a good story.
Yeah, it was. And it actually was an actual continuation of.
But it was not as good as X, because X was kind of like, and still there's nothing gonna beat Final Fantasy X, because it was one of the top tier Final Fantasy games ever.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
Good story, good gameplay, everything was perfect in it, and nothing can beat it so far.
Yeah, I still can't. I still can't play Final Fantasy 14, the online game.
The online game.
That one had lots of toxicity, if you ask me.
Mm,
And there's so much subscriptions to get into.
yes. I used to play it at the first one got released.
Yeah.
But then I stopped because it's very time consuming.
And you have to
It's
buy the
either-
expansions every time.
It's either I'm gonna have a social life or I'm gonna be home the whole day, the whole week at home, gonna play video games alone.
Yeah,
So either I had to choose, and then I chose to have a social life.
I don't blame you. You know, online gaming is actually a very, very time-consuming commitment,
Yes.
and
It
it
is.
will rack up your tank down your social life,
I do
unless your clan or guild or are actually part of your friends, so or workplace or colleagues.
Yeah.
You know, so at least whatever think of it this way. So let's say you and I, we work in the same place, for example. All right, and some of our friends are also geeks and gamers, and we want to build our own guild. All right. Think of it this way: whenever you guys have free
They can
time,
do
you
it because
can do it.
I know people are doing like that. They gather with their friends, so their social time is kind of like this game.
The same. So let's say you finish the work at the same time, and you have the same amount of free time. Then yeah, it will make your free time much more manageable.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, but still, for me, online games, I'm kind of sticking with the console games. Nowadays, maybe like with PC, but not with the RPG online games because they are very time consuming.
Definitely. I
I'm
agree
saying
with
the shooters. Typical gamer.
No. A typical shooter.
Typ-
FPS people. God help me. I mean, you people, you just think you have all with your high graphics and your
Ooh, you have everything.
exactly, and that's what's giving us the sword gamers a bad rap.
No, come on. Now single player games are getting good graphics. And
Oh, without a
good,
doubt, without a doubt. I mean, I say, in my
Moon
opinion,
Dynasty looks so good on PC.
oh, Wulong Dynasty, man. The game is amazing, but the problem is I still can't, to this day, play a single Souls
Soul
game.
game?
And even when I'm trying to do it on a Soul or a Souls-like game, and you know
You have a
the
PC?
no,
Get a PC. I will give you some mods. You can play relaxed, enjoy the story.
really?
Yes,
So like I'm talking uber easy.
very easy. It can make it very easy, or it can make it manageable easy. I don't like Soul games. I played the what's it called Neo 2, and
See, this is another thing.
another game. There was another Soul game that kind of like enemy characters. I forgot the name. It was very popular.
I'm thinking.
They had like this gas masks.
Wait a minute. It can't be. It's a psycho game. Something. Nexus. Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like this.
Technically.
Nexus, yeah.
Scarlet Nexus.
Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah,
yes.
I streamed it before.
It's a good game.
It's a good game, but
It's very hard.
no, it's not hard. You know what the problem is? It's the what's it called? It's the character interactions,
Very dull-like. And very.
and you have to listen to them.
To them.
You have to listen.
Yes, they talk a lot and a lot of pointless things. Yes. I know.
Like it's saying, I remember the time that I.
I don't want to remember your time. I just want to know.
I just want. You give me the bonus.
Yes.
I mean, just shut up and give me the bonus.
Yes.
And the problem is, I think the memory is all about the memory of the game is mostly based on the voice.
This is something I noticed in a lot of games nowadays. It's either that we grow old and we want something quick,
Yeah.
or games were like this from even before when we were kids, but we didn't pay attention. Too
Well,
much.
there was some older games that were basically they're called text-based. You know,
But
basically,
was,
yeah. And think of it this way: you had to remember what equipment you had without going to the inventory.
Yeah, text-based games. I remember playing them on PC. Early PC games. We were playing like this quest games. Like you come, like give him the command, enter the room, go to here, check
Yeah.
this, and something like
Yeah,
that.
and every time you make the choice, it changes.
Changes, yes.
Yeah,
I think one of the game called Treasure Island. I think.
yeah. But speaking of Souls game, one of the newly announced games was this new one called Phantom Blade.
Phantom Blade Zero, I think.
Yes, I liked it.
But
I
I'm
like-
not sure if it's gonna be a Souls-like game or just gonna be an action RPG game.
I hope it's an action RPG because most of the bosses look like, you know, when
And
there's
maybe,
the
like,
form.
it's
You know
gonna
when
be
the,
like a God of War, action RPG.
I
like-
hope that. I seriously hope that because honestly, you'd know it's a Souls-like game if you see like a deformed giant, deformed. I say deformed twice because it's literally deformed. You know, animal boss thing that has 300 lives.
Yes, that's basically Elden Ring. all the bosses are like that. You can see something so
and then
big,
and now
so hideous.
And now I
it's
just
gonna be a boss.
I just realized that Armored Core basically is from software. The
Yeah.
same that
I was
did-
surprised.
you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Wow. So
I-
same boat. See, I mean, I played Armored Core 3 when I
Me
was a
too.
kid. Yeah.
Me too. I was playing. It was one of my favorite games, and I was
Yeah.
trying to remember.
Remember, you know what I did?
That robot game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. I
You know-
remember.
you know what I
someone
did?
told me it's called Armored Core.
You know what I did? Cheats. Game Shark. You know, you ever heard of Game Shark?
Yes, yes,
Yes. So,
absolutely.
so cheats all the
Yes.
way, and so that way I can concentrate my time on customizing the
It
robot.
was hard. It was a hard game, even.
It
I
was.
remember. I
It
even
was.
used cheats
It
on the
was.
PlayStation 1 era. Yeah, with that game.
Imagine how they were in the times of PlayStation 2. From Software was extremely difficult.
I didn't play Armored Core on PlayStation 2.
You didn't?
No, only PlayStation 1.
Wait, Armored Core 3 was on PlayStation 2.
I played one of the series on PlayStation 1, as I remember. I don't remember if I played any series on 2. I cannot remember.
Could be.
But 3 never. I never played Armored Core.
Alright.
On
Yeah, it could be.
PS3.
It could play 4 or 5. I think 5 was on PlayStation 3, depending. And
think-
yes, 5 was definitely the last game in the series until the new one was announced, Armored Core 6.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, this was made by From Software. God help me. It's not that. I mean, From Software, loving their success, honestly,
Yes.
loving their games, but I still can't play it because they require a disciplined mind. I don't have a disciplined mind.
True. I want to play a game. I want to enjoy. I want to kill the boss.
But I don't want to spend hours
I
killing
would
the
just
boss.
killing, like I don't want to spend my whole day, my free time after
Yeah.
work, just to learn how to kill one boss.
And you see, this is where we get into the whole gamer lifestyle. So you got the working gamer who has a day life, social life, and games on his free time, if there is free time.
There is free time. That's something
Yeah.
we kind of really had.
And then you got the gamer that has no social life, no job, or maybe some sort of income that he started a YouTube channel or something,
A
you
lot
know?
of kids, they have like now high spec PCs,
Yeah.
and they're playing a lot of kids, and some of them they're streaming, and I think they're getting money from it.
Well, two words. Idea or parents.
Parents, not even parents.
Yeah.
Nowadays, most of the children are getting spoiled from their parents.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna get my kid a a PS7 or 5 or 6 or Pro, you know, depending on when he grows up, what does he want. But I will tell you this. I will have my child with me whenever I watch action movies, anime movies, play video games, and get him hooked onto swords like me.
And the worst thing can happen to you if you don't like that, all such things. he would be like a pro sport gamer.
Hell, if he makes money out of it, I will feel success through his eyes. I will hate it, but I will feel pride. I don't have to like it. Because, there's the esports factor, and that's when they make lots of money.
Yeah, they're making a lot of money, and now I think Uridu's kind of sponsoring. They're making some
Rio Nation.
yeah.
I've heard of them, especially this one, Q West or Q West.
West, I think.
Yeah, media something. Yeah, they're the sponsor. They're being they are a team, an esports team.
All right. Sponsored by Uridu, and I think some other. I forgot who was sponsored it even. And there's like a car company that kinda DMs me and they're saying, "Are you into esports?" And I said, kinda. Like, can we ask a few things about esports? And can you come to us? We want to make some interview with you about esports.
Wait, they came to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not really that into esports. I'm a gamer, but I'm not into esports. I'm mostly I'm just playing like for casual. I play online, but casual gamers, not going for competitive.
Yeah, competitive gaming can get to a point where it's only about the competitions.
Yes.
If you play for casual time, you're wondering, are you training, or are you doing it for fun?
Yeah, because as I saw in Doha, we have like Super Smash community.
Yes. Run by Kenji QTR.
They are kind of very hard workers.
Yeah, they also got this thing called Team Mana these days. You ever heard of it?
No, Team Mana, I never heard of it.
They're like the they're like a hub now for esports games, including and they're also collaborating with Showdown.me. And the Super Smash community, the Qatar FGC community. The Qatar FGC is Qatar Fighting Gamers, by the way. Shout out to our friends. Right?
That's how they're watching.
Party time's over. Yeah, so definitely the you're wondering these days where esports is heading. Especially in Qatar's state. They are heading. You see some advertising here and there.
I'm seeing mostly for FIFA. But I'm not excited for FIFA because
no one is excited for FIFA.
It's FIFA. No. We want to see other games. Like, I know about Smash and I want to see Overwatch, but some people in the community here are kind of like, they have a.
I want to see more Soul Calibur 6, but because of its lack of esports, life in Qatar, the community just died.
Yes.
And the fact that there was no update since 2021.
And they didn't have events. No one is supporting them. Really, and when we have any geek events, no one wants to host them and give them spaces to...
Yeah, and that's why the only spaces you get are for Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear, Strife, which became extremely popular overnight.
Yeah, strange.
Yeah, I mean, I never even heard of that game. It looks like a 2D... Well, 2D, 3D...
It's 2D dimension with an anime style, yeah.
Exactly. So, and it's a fighting game. Almost the same style as Street Fighter.
As the classic Street Fighters, the Alpha series.
There you go.
So speaking of Street Fighter, the new one is releasing after 2 days.
2 days?
Yes.
So we're done with the beta stuff and everything?
Yeah, I'm surprised. And it's got leaked in Doha.
Of course.
And I saw it today in some shops.
And I'm pretty sure anyone who pre-ordered it will actually have early access.
I think they have early access. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anytime there's a pre-order, there's always a possibility of early access. They tell you sometimes they want you to pay more to get early access.
This is what I did for Diablo. What I told you before the stream. For the new release Diablo.
Oh yeah. So before we started stream, me and Qatar Geek, we were talking about Diablo 4.
Yes.
All right. I heard that IGN gave it like a 9.5.
Yeah.
That is big. Isn't Diablo isn't it a dungeon-based game?
It's a dungeon-based game.
Still is.
It is, yes.
What characters are available?
There's Necromancer, Droid, Warrior, the Warrior, I think Barbarian, and the Mage.
Oh boy.
Called Wizard, I think.
Is the barbarian like these axes or
The barbarian is using axes.
any swords?
You can change. You can do
You
a
can
lot
change.
of
You can change between
customization,
swords and.
yes.
Okay.
But
Cool.
depends on the status, which one is gonna be on your build. Because sometimes you can use, like even with the mage, you can use a sword, but that's like a magical sword.
That still works for me.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
want a magical sword with shield, or you just want a full two-handed staff, you can choose whatever you want.
Ah, it's like going Dragon's Age as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I played Diablo 3. It's my first Diablo game, and it was on the console, and I loved it so much.
I love playing. I love playing that game actually for hours with my friends, because believe it or not, Diablo 3
Yes.
allowed you to actually play with other players
Yes.
in the like right there, the same screen. Like
Yes.
4 players.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
Warhammer.
It was. I think the same as Warhammer. Yeah.
Yeah, Warhammer Chaos Bane.
Mm.
Yeah, if you ever played that game.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the game, but I
Yeah,
never
it's
played
called
it.
Slayer's Edition. Yeah, it was played on PlayStation Plus. That's how I was able to download it.
Mm.
And then I actually stopped playing it for some time, but we managed me and my nephews, we played them together, and we got our characters up to level 15. Yeah, and it took us a while to get there. You know,
You can make it easy if you make it harder.
you can make it easy if you like level up easier.
Yes.
If you make it harder.
Yes.
But the bosses are tough.
Yes, but we kind of, when I played on the console with my friend,
Yeah.
we were using online. We had two together, and then we were trying to connect with 2 other people.
Yeah.
So we're choosing the higher levels of tires of the world. It was very hard, but it's gonna give you more XP and better loot.
That's true.
So there was like, I think, I don't know if it's kind of like an exploit or something. We're like going to that dungeon. There's one guy. He's so OP. He's killing everyone with one hit, and we died with 1 hit too. We just go and just pick up the loot, and then we become so OP. We go back to the previous tire, and then we level up so fast. We kill
Okay.
everyone with 1 hit kill because we have OP weapons.
That's
OP
kind.
gears.
That's kind of like Sword Art Online in a way. You know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the. So where were we?
We
Phantom Blade.
Yeah. Phantom Blade, and we went to the, we finished from Street
Yeah.
Fighter
So
6.
so I'd say Phantom Blade is going. If you're possible, is it possibly going to be a Souls game or a Souls-like game, or you know? Because look at it this way: everyone is leaning towards Souls-like.
Souls-like games, yes.
Wulong Dynasty, Sekiro,
And there was
Lords of the Fallen, I think.
Lord of the Fallen, yes.
Yeah.
There was a previous game that was announced in a lot of previous showcases before, 2 years or even more.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese game with a monkey.
Yeah. Black
Blacks.
Myth. Black Myth.
Black, yes, something
Yeah,
black.
Black Myth. Something Wukong. But it is about the Monkey King, Sun Wukong.
Yes.
Basically, you play as the Monkey King, Sun Wukong.
Yes, the original story of Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Oh,
Then
we
they,
don't
cha-
wanna
then,
talk about
then they
Dragon
changed to
Ball.
Superman. Then they changed him to Superman.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he came from another planet,
Yes.
and then got supercharged because of the sun, apparently. Because there are some references to the sun.
Yeah, he kind
And-
of saw 2 stories and made something. And it kind of worked for him, but now
Yeah, it
it's
worked, and
kinda-
then Dragon Ball Z became more memorable than Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Yeah. And there we go. So, yeah, like you said, every one of them, like literally, I think every gaming developing company is leaning towards the Souls-like games as they're becoming more and more challenging.
Yes.
But the problem is, it's the time that it takes now for the developers to make those games, as well as the budgeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a new company and you want to enter the market, and the market's kind of very strong.
And you gotta enter strong. If you can't enter strong, your game won't sell. You know.
People are very demanding.
How many years have we, like, for example, how many years have we heard of the Black Myth, Sun Wukong, and we haven't seen anything else?
I remember last year I saw a video of a gameplay and that's it.
Yeah, and it got delayed again. And there was this one game called Lost Soul.
Lost Souls or Lost Souls Aside, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
It
and
was,
it looked like very Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry, another Final Fantasy looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was all blue.
Yes.
Yeah, and had a blue dragon next to him.
Yes.
Yeah, and I like the
It's,
blue dragon.
Korean developers.
Was it Korean? I thought it was Chinese.
Yes, Korean.
You know, I gotta admit, there was a lot of Chinese, Korean developers coming out these days,
Yeah,
and
they
they
wanna-
are going in strong.
They wanna try to take part of this Japanese market. They wanna conquer the Japanese market. Or kind of like destroy it, like what's happening with.
Let's be honest. PlayStation and Sony, in all originality, is actually a Japanese company, and they made the market.
Yes.
You know, Sega in particular is a Japanese company. Who they bring us? They brought us Sonic. They brought us Yakuza. They brought us various other characters from various other games. You know, I mean, the fact that if they think that the PlayStation or Sony can be taken over, they got another thing
I
coming.
think you just want to take the not the console part, the gaming part. You just want to have a piece of the cake.
Everyone wants a piece of the
And
pie.
especially China, there's a lot of gamers in China.
Oh yeah.
And the market in China is very big. Especially like for movies, they make a lot of money, especially when
Well,
Disney
don't remind
release-
me. Don't remind me. I remember that. You know the
The
ancient.
Marvel movies are selling like hotcakes there.
It's not just that. The Chinese have also established the groundwork for those Chinese magic movies.
Yes.
You know, with the martial arts.
Yes.
You know, they imagine if you can incorporate that into a game,
Yes. I think
Like
this is what
real-
they're trying to do it. in
like
the-
real Chinese magic games. You know, the same ones you see in the movies with the flying and the everything and the acrobatics.
They have something called they call them something in China. I forgot the name. If you Google it, you'll find a lot of similar movies, and they have it's like a trilogy or something. It's like an MCU of these Chinese movies.
Yeah, could
They're
be.
all connected.
Could be. I'll have to look it up. You know, but I gotta tell you, if they incorporate that into gaming, they make a huge success.
They will if they.
Yeah, like there was Zoo Warriors. Oh man, I remember that one. That was incredible.
Chinese are even now trying to take over the world with their cars. Their cars are selling so fast.
Well, not until they bring the PlayStation 5 car. You heard of that one?
Yeah, I heard of that one.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how you're gonna. Are you gonna play while your while
I
your
think
car is
it's-
taking you or something?
It's just publicity stunt, I think.
Oh, God.
Maybe they just want to make one car prototype just to show it in one of the game events.
So, what other games can we look forward to? What other games can we look forward to? I mean, we talked about.
Do you know Splatoon?
I've heard of it.
Square Enix made a copy of Splatoon.
Is it the one they call Foam Storm or something?
Yeah, foam something. It's
Yeah,
kind of-
I was wondering why does Square Enix make this called Foam Storm?
Yeah, and
Are they like into? Are they like going with the trends these days?
people saying it's the Sony version of Splatoon.
Right, right. It just reminded me, Splatoon. Where is it from? What
It was the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, now it makes sense, and it's an exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how they made the multiverses.
Yes.
You know, like it's the Super Smash version of PlayStation.
Yeah, but that one didn't work out well.
Yeah, I think it was only on the beta, and then they didn't. They just.
They released it, I think, but I think they were having a lot of bad movement in the characters. There was nothing in it, and Smash was Smash.
Yeah, Smash was Smash. They conquered the market.
And I think people are playing Smash here now, right now.
Oh yeah, they're
You can-
playing
you
Smash
can-
here.
you
I
can-
can
you
hear
can hear the
them
sound.
playing Smash and stuff like that. That's why there's a lot of rage quits. You know, I'm not gonna say anything. I can't see anything, but just have fun playing with Smash. You know. I hope we didn't ruin anybody's.
We
Naturally.
ruined his mood.
Huh?
We ruined his mood. He's playing there.
No, it was like we ruined his, his zone. He was in the zone, He was playing Kirby. He has to be Kirby. Remember, be the ball. so Foam Storm is the Splatoon version of PlayStation.
Yes.
I've seen a couple of pictures here and there, but I mean I couldn't buy it.
And there was another game called The Talos Principle, if you heard of it.
The what now?
The Talos Principle.
Yeah, it looked very AI-ish.
It was a puzzle game. There was before.
Yeah.
One was like just a puzzle game. You were like play an island. You were just solving puzzle pieces and this. Some people enjoy such games.
Right.
They announced a second one, and it's getting really good positive feedbacks. So maybe some people will enjoy it.
I hope so. Cause
And
yeah.
there is another game announced, and it's very popular. It's called Dragon Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, the first one was called Dark Arisen, if you remember it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now they announced the second installment too,
I played that game honestly. Quite frankly, I liked it.
and it looks good. Honestly, it's really good.
I like any games that has a dragon, but in a positive spin, not in those negative spins.
Dragon. I was kind of hoping they will announce something for Dragon Age. Honestly.
We all did. Honestly. Everyone likes Dragon Age, and quite frankly, the Inquisition was not
I
that.
love that frequency. I love it.
I mean, I don't think I could finish it or do anything with it, but I think it's just it's just me. There's some stuff I have to finish.
It came out in a bad time, as I remember. There was
2014 or 15, I think.
there was a lot of strong games in the market to compare it with. That's why
Yeah.
no one played it a lot. But the story was so good. It was the best stories for Dragon
Do you
Age.
think it was because that Dragon's Age Inquisition was released during the time of? Actually, yeah, it did get released during the time of the release of PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.
4.
Yeah.
And there was some strong games with it. That's why I think it didn't sell well.
Yeah.
But
And this is the problem. When the new console comes in, the transitioning.
yes, that's the problem.
3 to 4, 4 to 5, and next we'll see 5 to 6. And the problem is the backwards compatibility.
Yes.
There was none. And that was our major problem.
It was a major problem, but I think it was even a good thing that because kind of like made the PS 3, right? Or 4?
I think it came on 3, then 4, then 360.
I
At
think,
this point, we got lost.
Yeah, I think 4 didn't have full compatibility for 3.
Oh yeah, it didn't.
It didn't.
Yeah.
But it kind of like pushed
3 had backwards compatibility for 2.
for 2.
Yeah.
But only the early versions.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a good thing because we make developers make a game just for the current console, not for the previous console. It's kind of a good thing for if you have the latest console, yeah. Like it will push the developers to make good graphics. They will try to use the full console utility powers.
Well, that's the point, But it has to be a point where it can withstand that without burning up.
True.
That's why people they are more and more leaning towards PC gaming to a point where they can adapt their graphics, their RAMs, their
Yes.
anything to adapt to any new game that comes out.
Yeah.
All what you're doing, you're not just buying the game. You may possibly also buy parts for other games. Because let's say it this way: you need a high graphics card.
Yes.
Every time a bunch of new games enter the market.
True.
Yeah, like I won't say Assassin's Creed. Do you think it might require a high-end graphics card?
Yes, from the latest trailer, it might do.
Mirage or Valhalla?
Mirage.
Okay. So you think you'd need a new graphics card, for example, if you want to play Mirage?
Well, it depends on how strong you want to play the game in the PC because You know, most games they don't go like more than 120 hertz.
Okay.
And and if you have like a 30, 80, I think you can reach that with an ease. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. And you just have to have even a good monitor that can reach that.
To get the 150,
Yes.
120 frame per second.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I just spoke to that one of the guys in the store in 74. One of the major problems in PC these days is not only the parts, it's the mobility.
Yes.
You know, like let's say you're a PC only gamer, but you want to play with your friends when you go to Majlis or when you go to the desert or something like that. This is something that's very common here in Qatar,
Yes.
right? So, but you can't carry your PC all the way with you, and how are they gonna play with you?
Well.
And and most of your games, not just you, anyone requires online connectivity, and how do you get that while you're all the way there in the desert, or possibly in a friend that has a lower Wi-Fi connection than yours?
Well, it's kind of very hard.
Exactly.
It's very hard, and you can get a laptop, but they are costly. They are really costly. They might even reach 20,000, but even they will not be that high specs because they don't have that. They don't reach that high specs like the same as a
Wait.
full desktop.
You're saying 20,000 for a laptop,
Yes.
and that's not even not high spec?
Yes.
Oh come on,
Yes.
20,000 riyals.
Yes.
Damn, that's just. I can think of
And
100.
even it will get a lot of heat, but it's this if you want to take something portable like a portable PC.
I could think of 200 things to do with 20,000 riyals.
Yes.
And buying just one laptop is not one of them.
Yes. Or you can get
Console. Let's get a
the
console.
portable consoles,
Yeah, like Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, and the new Asus one,
Yeah, it's called Asus Roly
Rolly Alive or something.
Roll.
I don't remember. And
Yeah.
I think there's a pre-order for it now.
Now
in
they're
Doha.
saying that the new Asus mobile console is going to be the competitor of Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, yeah. They say, but we don't know yet. It's gonna be released soon in Doha.
What was about speaking of new gadgets? What was that? Was that a new controller? That they announced in a showcase.
It's like they announced like a controller, PS5 controller with
Yeah.
a screen in the middle.
With
a
a what now?
screen. The big screen in the middle.
Yeah.
Controller.
Oh no, that's the new that's like another PSP.
But it's not a PSP.
Yeah, I know that it's like a PSP, but not a PSP because it requires. And we can talk about. Now let's talk about this before we can head back to that.
Yeah.
All right. So they announced this thing called Project Q.
Yeah.
Right. First it was Q Lite,
Yes.
by the way. Then they announced this thing called Project Q, which lets you play PlayStation 5 or 4 games with your connected to your PlayStation 24 hours a day, depending. All right.
Yes.
And you stream.
That's the
You
problem. It's by streaming.
And you have to be constantly connecting to the network. Now, let's say you're in a hotel. Unless you can't.
You have to let your main PS5 operating at your house. I don't know even how it's gonna work. Like they have to connect it from remotely.
Alright.
I think.
Yeah, that's
The
what.
Xbox they can do. They can control it from the mobile application.
Now you see. Here's what I was able to do. Now I use PlayStation Remote Play.
Hmm.
All right, on my iPad. All right, so that I can play like remotely. All right, so it is able to turn on your PS5 while you're in a completely different room or house or anything.
That's what they're saying. It's gonna be like streamed.
Yeah,
From,
yeah. But if but again, the other device that I'm using has to have a good connection.
Yes.
All right, otherwise it will constantly lag.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Now, imagine if you are in a hotel. hotels, when you connect to their Wi-Fi, what happens? A browser pops up.
Yes, and
And
then
then
you
you
have to enter the username, and then the password is your new room number.
Exactly. Now, you can't do that with PlayStations. Actually, strangely enough, I was able to do that through in Antalya in Turkey. They had a PlayStation set up in the in my room.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
strange.
Oh, I'll tell you about it later. It's called Land of Legends. Go there. It's like a,
The Land of Legends. Okay, that's fine. 'Cause it's for
oh, you knew
yes.
you know about it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
about
that's
it.
a
I heard
great
of it.
place,
Yeah.
honestly. Nice park and everything, you know. All right, so I think they did it with an Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Either way, it required an IT guy to actually do the programming, because again, I'm in a hotel,
Yes.
so you need someone to actually configure it. Now, now you are traveling. The idea of using this queue is to travel, go anywhere you want, and then connect to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's kind of hustle. It's kind of pointless.
Yeah. Some of the stuff they have to actually figure out, otherwise they will.
Like, we have this device called the backbone. You heard about it?
What? Man?
The backbone.
What is that?
It's like a device that you can put on your phones.
Yeah.
Controller one. There's one for the
Yeah,
Xbox.
I
and
remember.
for
Yeah, I
the
saw
PS5.
that. I saw
And
that.
it will stream same thing. It will stream your console games to the your mobile.
Yeah, I think
And you can
I
play
thought
it,
I
so
thought it
it's
was
kinda the same
I thought
thing.
it was only like to turn your phone into like a joystick like
It
device.
would be a joystick like device. You can
Yes,
either
so
use
that
for the
so that way you
play
can
for
use the
playing.
app
Yes.
and then play and then just use the backbone, right?
Yes.
All right, so
And it's cheap. It's not,
think of
not
it this
even
way. This is what
expensive.
Sony did. They actually added the screen to the backbone.
Yeah, a big screen. That's it.
Compete with they want to compete with
The Switch, you can't do it. The Switch has a very big.
I mean,
fan
remember back in the
base.
day when exactly. And remember back in the day when we had Vita
Yes.
and what's it called, PSP.
PSP.
Now you were able to download your games.
PSP was a very good device.
Yeah.
But the Game Boy killed it. Well, it didn't kill it. It was good. It was fun. I remember the PSP era. It was so fun. Also.
And there was lots of jailbreaking games back then.
Yeah, I did a lot of jailbreaks.
Hey, we do not condone jailbreaking. We just said we did it out of
I don't support pirate games now. Yeah, I buy all my games
support
now.
support your local developers or developers in general.
Yes, always buy the game.
Buy the game. Don't.
And if you love them, buy them twice.
Okay, that's actually a major support by that still. Yeah.
This is what we do for the
I know.
With Pokemon.
With Pokemon.
the
How?
whole Pokemon fan base. They were all gonna like they all buy the same game twice, or even 4 times.
Oh
Depends
man.
on the.
Reminds me of Pokemon Stadium.
We buy it online because it's released early. Then we buy it here in Doha, the physical one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
And
makes sense.
sometimes they buy like we'll buy the extra hardcover edition. Yeah. Kids fans.
Man, reminds me of the days of Pokemon Stadium, where I only wanted a Nintendo 64 so I can play Pokemon Stadium. You know?
I never had Nintendo 64 and I always wanted to play Pokemon Stadium. It was such a good game.
Please, make me feel old. Make me feel old. You know, you look older than I am, and yet I'm older than you. Don't say how much. Don't say how much.
You can guess.
But yeah, what? But didn't they release a controller, like some other kind of controller, like a circular thing?
For the
Morpheus. No, not Morpheus. That was the PSVR.
For the PlayStation.
Leonardo. Project Leonardo. Really? It looked like a circular controller thingy. Like,
I don't remember it.
I mean, look it up. I mean, we got time.
Leonardo?
Yeah. I can't look it up because my phone battery died.
Yeah. Okay,
All right, so
that was a controller for for people with
Yeah.
for disability to make it easier accessibility for
Okay.
them.
I thought it was something new. You know, like some sort of a new gadget that allows you to, you know.
It's kind of like for some people who have some disability, they want because they cannot really hold the consoles like the control like this.
So they do it like this or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like this to them. It's kind of easier for them for some of them because some of them they're missing some limbs or something. So this is kind of like easier.
All right, do
But
it.
it's never released in here. I never saw it any place here.
Oh, that's still not released though.
Really? I thought it got released outside.
Oh no, they kept announcing it. That's why they call it Project Leonardo. There's still no. It's just a placeholder until the name officially changes. You know what they called the PlayStation VR when it first came out? Project Morpheus.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and this was back in the day when we thought it was gonna be wireless.
Because I remember I saw this one, and then Xbox announced another device that they have for the disability. They have it looks like a speaker phone.
Okay.
But that one got released, and I saw it here. They selling it.
Well, this one is not yet released yet, but I think they're
I
gonna.
think they're still testing.
I think they're gonna work out the kinks. They're gonna see what Xbox did, and they're probably gonna work it out.
Yes.
You know. What else can we look forward to? I mean, now we got Project Leonardo that is made for people with disabilities. I still keep wondering how they're gonna incorporate it, you know, and how much it's gonna cost.
Yeah. It should. I think it's gonna cost a lot.
You think it's probably gonna cost more than the PS5?
No, it's just gonna be like a controller, like more. It's a special premium controller.
I hope so, because look at the PSVR 2. It costs more than the PlayStation itself.
Yeah, I saw it.
And it comes either in a bundle or as a it's on its own, you know.
Even so, what do you do with it?
Either as a
I'm
game.
I'm not into VR games.
But to be honest, they're saying this one is actually better than the Quest.
They say yes.
And I hope the game actually, you know what I would like to, play the boxing game, you know the one with Creed.
Yes.
Yeah, with the new controllers, you're actually able to do that, you know. It's actually a little better.
I saw with the new controller that you can play what's the name called Horizon.
Yeah.
You can I saw you can with the arrow you can just do it like this and it will hold the arrow.
That is actually much better.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, that's actually much better because because you're actually relying on your own reflexes instead of the button.
The button, yeah.
You know, sometimes because when you're aiming at that dinosaur robot thingy, that actually makes no sense. All right, I never finished the game. Don't judge me. All right, you're relying basically on your own reflexes instead of just waiting for that auto aim to work.
Yes. Yeah.
You know.
You have to focus. Or else you're gonna rely on the auto game, and the auto aim you're not going to reach anything.
Yeah. So what do we have next?
We have a free-to-play game. It's called Tower Fantasy.
Looks like Genshin Impact.
It looks like Genshin Impact, but it's more as sci-fi spec war like that.
So it is Genshin Impact.
It's like, these people say it's the futuristic cyberpunk Genshin Impact.
So it is Genshin Impact.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, so it is going to be a so you said
It's gonna be
sci-fi.
yeah, it's gonna be same thing. Gacha type.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I have to draw for a lucky rare super ultra something.
Yes.
Oh
Weapons and characters and I don't know what. I played it on the PC. It was kind of fun.
This is what I hate. The gacha means you have to spend money, and when you get money, you have to get a subscription, and when you get a subscription, you get daily coins, and when you get daily coins, you have to draw the characters, the
This
right
is what
characters.
Genshin Impact is, and people are loving it.
And you have to wait until an event is online for you to get the character.
Yes.
Either character pieces, or the draws, or who knows.
There's a lot of things about them. That one was announced and it's going to be released for the PS5 soon. The first time to be on a console, as they say.
Wow. Is it going to be first person or a third person? I'm thinking third person.
Third person, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're not gonna play a first person game online for free. I'm looking at you, Destiny players.
Come on, we do play it for the story.
Sure, you play for the story, but you stick for the shootings.
Yeah, but the shooting Destiny is nice.
Yeah, I mean, if honestly, I'll tell you the truth. If Destiny was a third-person game, I would play it. I can't shoot. I can't focus on first person.
I cannot play third person shooter anymore. I used to enjoy them, but then
You ever play Warframe?
yeah, I played Warframe. I played it before. I enjoyed it, but then now when I look at it, I like it looks so ugly. I cannot handle it.
Like back in the days or today?
Nowadays. Before it was good
Now it's crossplay, by the way.
because before I was into third person
Shooters.
shooting, but
Yeah.
now I'm into mostly first person.
All right. I mean, to each his own. What besides Tower of Fantasy? What else do we have? I mean,
There was.
they did announce a couple of
There
VR
was
games.
a very good game, Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, it's a horror game, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it like a mystery or something?
It's a mystery
Psycho-
thriller game.
Nice. I think I'll play it. I mean,
I
it's the
never
first.
played the first one, but you see it's very good.
What's the first one like?
It was on the Xbox, I think.
Oh, so that's why we never heard of it.
I'm surprised why it's on the PS5 now.
I mean, look at The Witcher 3. It used to be on PC and Xbox. Now look
Yeah.
where it is. You know, became one of apparently became the best-selling game of all time. Sold over. You know how many copies it sold
How
worldwide? 50 million
Oh my god.
worldwide. Worldwide copies. And this is possibly the combination of physical and digital.
I was hoping that they will announce something about The Witcher because we heard a lot of rumors that there will be a new Witcher series.
Well,
I
it's
was
not.
hoping they would announce something in this showcase, but nothing announced.
Well, at this point, there are discussions that Sony may buy CD Projekt.
Yes, but today one of their, I think the CEO tweeted that no, we are not for sale. But,
They probably he probably wants to calm the masses
Yeah, yeah.
before anything official is announced.
Because I think Microsoft will try to block the deal. Because Microsoft's trying to buy Activision and Blizzard, and Sony's trying to block them, and they did kind of semi-block them, but so.
But they're going for CD Projekt. Now it's nowhere near Blizzard
Microsoft
or.
didn't want Sony to have a lot of exclusive studios, so they're trying.
So basically, Microsoft is
fighting.
trying to block any exclusives that they are having.
And because they know The Witcher was gonna be a very popular game.
Well, yeah,
Because before it was.
they had it.
They had it.
If
and
you
so-
think about it, I mean,
and
they had it for
so-
1 and 2.
And I did play it on the Xbox side, as I remember the first time in my The Witcher 3, and I loved it there.
Yeah. And now we have 3, and which was on all consoles.
Yes.
Yeah, and now it actually sold 50 million copies worldwide, and man, I can't wait to see how much Xbox and like Microsoft and what's it called? Microsoft and Sony. Man, what
Sony.
is wrong? I'd like to see how much, like how many times Microsoft and Sony just are going to duke it out just for the fight for exclusive. I mean, come on, grow up.
But let them fight.
No, say like Ken Watanabe from Godzilla.
It's gonna be better for us.
Say
We will
like-
have good
Yeah,
quality
but
games at the end.
say it like Ken Watanabe from Godzilla. You know the one. Let them fight. Yeah.
Yeah, because we will enjoy it at the end.
No, we won't, because you got these kind of gamers and these kinds of gamers. So
I'm a gamer. I work.
yeah.
And I'm working, so I buy my game. I buy all consoles. So
Yeah.
any game will be on exclusive for anything. I'll just buy it. It's gonna be not a big deal for me.
All right. Anything else we got so we can talk
We
about?
do
or-
have an RPG game.
Yeah.
It was in development for a long time ago, but
Yeah.
they said they will release it this winter.
Huh. So it's gonna come in 23.
Yes.
All right. What's
Maybe
it called?
heard about it. It was an anime. It's called Grand Blue Fantasy.
Yeah. There was a Grand Blue versus.
Versus,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a fighting game.
Yes, and now
Yeah.
this one is called Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It will be an action RPG,
Yeah.
same as Tales of Arise.
I love Tales games.
Yes.
Yeah, my
It
favorite
would be
game.
the same
My favorite.
combat.
My favorite type of game is my favorite Tales game so far until today is Exilia 2. You know, because you can.
Exilia 2. I never played Exilia 2.
Yeah, because you get to play Gaius.
I love Tears of Apis, one of my favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
But I did love Arise a lot.
Which
I
one?
love the combat.
Which one was Arise? Remind me.
The latest one on the PS4, 5.
Oh yeah. I think. There was also Berseria, where the main character has some sort of
the main heroine was female.
Yes.
He has like, no, I didn't play this one. My friend, I had it.
Yeah.
I bought it and
Yeah.
I never played it. And my friend told me, "You have this one? Oh, I will borrow it." And he borrowed it and he finished it. And then he told me, "Justin, don't play it. It's a bad story. It's one of the worst series ever." And then I didn't play it.
Yeah.
His recommendation.
Yeah, I think I had the
And
same
I
thing.
always trust
I was
him
the same
when it
too-
comes
I was
to
the same
Japanese
too.
games, RPGs.
I was the same too. You know, when it came to, I think with this particular game, I did not enjoy it that much. I think I much preferred
The combat was so much repetitive.
it was, and there was not much room for arts.
Yes.
To be honest, and I think which one was it? What other game was there? Tales of. Man, there's a lot of Tales games. Man,
There's a lot of tales, and the classic one was Tales of Symphony.
I remember there was this recent one that came out. What was it?
The latest one was Tales of Arise, the one with has the heroine has
She has lightning.
she has a big
And-
gun.
Oh
She's
yeah,
wearing
and
white
lightning.
dress.
Yeah, and lightning. She can
Yes,
heal the
yes.
person. She can.
Yes,
Yeah.
she can
Now I
heal.
remember, and you know, I actually
And,
own the game. I own the
other
game.
hero was he has a Black Knight like.
Yeah. You know the weird thing is, I actually have the game, and I don't remember, and I didn't remember it because I was these days I'm concentrating too much on Star Wars. You know, I think I have to go back to my roots.
And Star Wars. They only announced they put a trailer. I think no, they didn't put a trailer for Star Wars.
Yeah,
They
which
put a
is
trailer for the Resident Evil VR.
yeah.
version.
Man, 4 is gonna have like multiple remakes for the next 20 years if they keep going this way, you know.
And I think they finished. Now I think they will make Resident Evil 5 remake.
Oh god.
I think, but people didn't like.
Are they
5.
gonna? I liked 6 to be honest. That way at least I can play with a friend, you know, because I like the mechanic that through every storyline there's 2 players.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
The co-op was very nice.
Oh yeah, that you're able to actually play one character, and you can support your other character,
Yes.
you know, and one character handles another mission while the other character is.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually like that co-op, you know, thing. But wasn't that also in 5, or was it just
It
single?
was in 5 too. The one in South Africa, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and 6 was all over, basically.
The story was all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Well, but then 7, they redeemed themselves with the story, and 8 was good.
Yeah, I'm loving the good from you that you said.
No, I enjoyed 8. It's one of the,
Oh,
it's one
okay.
of really, it's really good.
Yeah, so what was her name? Lady Toll something? Lady Dematicus? Dematicus?
I can't pronounce her name.
But for some weird reason she became extremely popular
yeah.
before the game was out. And we all know why.
Everyone loved her.
You pervs. I swear.
And she was in the game for just
like what, 2-3 hours?
no less. She was quick. It was her part was very short, very small. But she got so much. She's the more
and she
popular
became
than the end bosses even.
And because she was just all over the internet without the boss.
Yes.
Yeah. No one cared about the boss. They all cared about Lady Debaticus, Definicus, the Ganicus,
Damascus.
Damascus.
Okay,
Just help me out here.
I don't know. And let's see.
Alright, so what else do we have?
Beat Saber. They will come to the consoles.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man 2.
But it has been announced for a long time.
Yeah, but this one's they want to. I think they want to get in that they got the symbiote suit in.
They announced there would be Venom in the first trailer.
Yeah, but I think this is like the Venom origins.
Yes.
You know, the way you see how what was the Venom symbiote first attached to Spider-Man, Peter Parker, then he went to Eddie Brock.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna see the origins of the Black Spider-Man. By Black Spider-Man, of course, I mean the symbiote Spider-Man. Yeah, not to confuse with Miles Morales. All right, and we'll get to see Venom afterwards.
Yes. But I was kind of disappointed because they didn't put any release date.
They still haven't.
Yeah, because why all this? If you want to delay, just delay. But don't push it like this.
I think at this point they're just gonna drag what's been happening with the what's it called? The first Marvel's Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
They're just gonna keep dragging it and dragging it until
the release. Until maybe they have like a there is no games around this area. Let's put it so it's gonna sell so much fast.
That's what's gonna happen. And the worst thing about it is the mods. Remember one time somebody put Shrek?
Yes.
Yeah. Who else? Kingpin. You get to play Kingpin. Yeah. I mean, a guy that heavy, but even Shrek, you get to.
Yeah, Shrek. There's a lot of mods.
Well, anything else we got? I mean, I think at this point.
I think we finished most of the game. They announced a new trailer for Destiny 2.
Okay.
The final DLC, the final shape, as they say.
So they're gonna finally finish Destiny 2.
And there's a character that who died appeared in the trailer, so it means that they revived him. They brought him back. So.
Of course. Keep killing and bring back characters. So it's Game of Thrones. So it's Game of Thrones.
But Game of Thrones, they were dead.
Yeah, but there's one character they brought back to life apparently.
Okay.
There you go. Oh wait, there was two characters they brought back to life.
There were two, and the books. In the books there were two.
Actually, in the
or no, I think more.
Actually, it was a TV show, but yeah, in the books, yeah, they did. One of them was Lady Catelyn Stark. She actually did come back to life.
Yes, as Lady
Stoneheart.
Lady Stoneheart.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad we didn't see her in the live action.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that stuff later.
We talk about Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah, so that one we can talk about for a few minutes before we wrap things up. I'd say this they're using Assassin's Creed Mirage to redeem themselves. They're going back to the classics, not classic-ish.
But the classics like
1,
towns
2,
and
because at this point they're calling it Assassin's Creed, but without Assassin's Creed, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla.
But because they were kind of like origin stories. These
They
two
were.
origin stories at the start.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Valhalla, but it didn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game at the end. It felt different.
Even Odyssey did not feel like a Assassin's Creed game, and
yes.
Origins.
Yes.
Anything from that particular trilogy lost any Assassin's Creed memorabilia,
Because they were
nostalgia.
saying it's like the origins, the starting of the creed, of what happened and how the creed started.
I mean, but you still are able to get the creed. I mean, in Origins, you are playing a magi that's just traveling all around Egypt.
Yes.
And Odyssey, Greece, just over Greece, and what else? Oh yeah, Valhalla.
We're going.
We
are raiding people and getting them.
Raid and Viking and all that stuff. And the weird thing is, there's a lot of collaborations between it and Destiny and Iron Man.
With a lot of games, yes.
Yeah. You are actually able to become Iron Man.
Yeah, I remember with the Marvel game.
No, actually, you literally can become Iron Man. You use one ability and you get the chest like chest beam out of your suit,
I think it
but
was.
you had to buy a DLC.
I think there was the Infinity Stones. Even there were some the Infinity Stones. They were the game. I think
In Valhalla.
I cannot remember.
Oh my
I think
God.
there was, yes.
Oh my god. You know, there was even a samurai in that game? Samurai equipment?
Oh,
Shit, there was. Oh, there was. Look it up. Look it up. It's called Yohei something or Yoai. No, not yokai, not yokai. But yeah, there was samurai equipment and shinobi equipment. It was basically. It was not. It's not just for looks. Basically, there's actually stats changes and everything like that.
I never saw it. I don't remember saw it.
The thing is, you'll never see it because you have to buy it.
Ah, okay. That's
Yeah, you have to get. You need actual money to actually buy that stuff.
I don't like such games. Like now they're good. What we're heading in the console games or games.
Well,
in general, we have most
think of it this way: you make a
are-
game free to play. What's gonna make it?
That's free to play. We already paid like $60.
I mean in general. Like, see how the gaming industry is going. There's games are free to play. So how do they make money? There's no advertisements.
Yeah.
They make money through microtransactions.
Yes.
Of course, since the game is not like since the game does not belong to PlayStation, they don't get 100% of the profits. Part of it goes to the developing company, and part of it goes to, like, say, Sony or any other company.
I don't know who's sponsored, who's publishing
Yeah,
the
like
game.
let's say the game is on iOS or Android, all right? Google or Apple will get a percentage.
Yes, of the sales.
Let's say 20 to 30% of the sale. You buy a $10 pack, all right? Whatever the taxes or anything like that, and the gaming development company gets its share, while Sony or Google, Sony, Apple, whoever, they get it.
Yeah, they get the shares, yes.
But going back, so Mirage, I'd say we will possibly, I hope, to a point where it will not affect our wallets. You know, that we go back to the classics. You know, by that I mean we keep some of the new movements to help.
Yes.
You know, but to a point where we can don't need to over customize our character. You know what I mean?
Well, when Valhalla, you can finish the game and you don't need to buy any of the gears that you.
Yeah, the DLC. Yeah,
You don't need to buy the DLCs and these. You can do
yeah,
it
DLC
with the
gears are more of an appearance thing, you know. But they do
game.
pack a
No,
punch.
but sometimes
They do
you can
pack a
buy-
punch.
Yes.
I mean, you can also forget you can also get Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. You can also get Excalibur.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can get
But
some.
you can even unlock them even in the game.
Like yeah, but the problem is you can't unlock them early game. You have to
Yeah,
unlock them in the end game.
Yes. So in Mirage it will be in Iraq. Again, we're going back to the basics.
Yeah.
To the Arab places.
Yeah, it's because I think like 100 or 200 years before the time of Altair.
Yes.
Yeah. Which would explain a little.
They were saying the guy Basim is the strongest assassin.
That's debatable. I mean,
And I
we've
thought,
always thought that Altair was the ultimate assassin.
Yes, me too.
I mean, then came Ezio. Had a bit more character, less brooding
Yes.
than Altair. What else? Then came Edward Kenway. Oh wait, that's no, Connor. Connor. Then we came back to the brooding parts.
I think after Assassin's Creed 2,
Yeah.
no, after Brotherhood, I stopped playing Assassin's Creed games.
So you never played Revelations?
No, I played Revelations.
Okay. So you played in Istanbul,
Revelations.
yeah.
I didn't play. I played Black Flag a little. I got so bored of it.
Because of the naval thing.
Yes, I didn't like it.
Because you see where they're going. They're taking you out of assassinations, being
it's like a
assassination
pirate
game,
game.
and becoming more naval.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even the one in America, funner.
Yeah, it
It's a
started.
great
It
I
actually.
didn't play it.
Well, think of it this way: they actually debuted. Um, they debuted naval combat in
Yes.
Assassin's Creed 3. Then they continued to the golden age of piracy.
Yes.
I mean, I would enjoy it if it was a game of its own, or something like that. But
Yeah,
not Assassin's Creed.
Yes. Doesn't feel like.
But
Assassin's Creed.
but think of it. But honestly, I'm excited for not for Mirage, for Code Red.
Code Red, the one that seems might be in China or
No,
Japan.
it's in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jade is in China.
Oh,
Red
China.
is in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, makes me wonder why.
I don't know why Jade for the China, but in Japan because of the sun. The red
Rising
for the
Sun. I mean,
Sun, yeah.
it makes sense. It does make sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah.
So, if we're going back to the classics, it might make sense depending on the mechanics of the game.
Yes.
But it depends on what kind of classic are you looking for. But have we seen any gameplay so far? Have they announced any gameplay or just trailers?
Trailers.
No gameplay.
Just trailers.
All right, so he shows him running and stabbing and just
Yeah, just
running and
jumping
stabbing.
in a building, and then you see his face, and they say, "Boss him," and they say, "That's it." And
So-
and people who played Assassin's Creed Valhalla don't know who is Basim, and
Yeah, let's just say he eventually will be the bad guy, ish.
it's
Debatable.
complicated, yes, because he's like a descendant of a god. I think they will show us
Reincarnation. Yeah.
They
Just
will
like
show
how,
us,
just like how
the
Eivor
Mirage.
is the reincarnation of what's it called, Odin.
Yes.
Siegfried, Tyr. Who else? I'm thinking. Oh, what's his? Halden. One of one of the sons of Ragnar Lothbrok. He's actually descendant of Thor.
Mm.
Yeah, you can notice that. I actually, when I did some research, I found that he was a reincarnation of him. You know why? That hammer. He kept throwing the hammer, and it just comes back.
Ah, okay.
It was obvious. Like, how is he able to do that? And then I looked it up. If Eivor is the reincarnation of Odin, how can Halden not be a reincarnation of Thor? And he was.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. And of course, Basim is the reincarnation of Loki.
Yes.
Ironic, don't you think?
Yeah, very uncritical.
Yeah, all of them have Norwegian bloodlines.
Oh, the Arab guy has he's a different.
Completed, didn't even grow in that part of the land, or was not even born there.
And become the evil
It says,
person.
"Ahlan wa
and the
sahlan,
evil
Eivor."
person.
It's like, wow, you can speak Arabic. Thank you. But at least we know the Arab guy is reincarnated. Well, at least he's not left out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at least we know that because of that, you see that dark shadow thing in the trailers. That is definitely Loki. So that
Yes.
darkness will show up eventually, either
Of
as
course.
either as a DLC.
I
or
hope not. I hope they will display it in the main story.
I know, but the problem is, even the classic Assassin's Creed, they actually added after game DLCs
And continue the story.
and
That's-
continue the story. Except in Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah, because the first one, and there was no DLCs at that time.
There was no DLCs at that time.
Still,
Yeah, that thing was they were still going at it.
and DLCs
I remember.
were only popular for shooting games, Call of Duty.
Yeah, they didn't think about doing this for a story. There was once a Prince of Persia game on PlayStation 3. I don't know if you played it. All right, it was incomplete. You buy a DLC and then you finish the game. It was for $10 or $20. It's like, what? I remember because I think I bought it, and it was the first
So
Prince of
bad.
Persia. Yeah, remember that game where you're playing with this girl who keeps rescuing you every now and then.
No.
All right, it was a very old game anyway. But like I said, the DLC completes the story, and it was the first Prince of Persia game where the prince is not a prince. Well, I think that about wraps it up. I think we cover literally
Yeah,
everything.
We talk about the most important games. The other games are just like what do you call them, indie games. I don't think it's popular in Doha, indie games.
Yeah, they're not gonna be that mainstream anyway. Where I mean, I would like to have to talk a little more about indie games, but at this point,
we're the expert of indie games. I'm not an expert in indie games.
I'm not an expert either. I mean, I play what I like to play, but yeah, I don't know much about indie games. I think I know a guy who might know something about indie games, but we can talk about that another time, shall we? All right. So, shall we wrap it up? I mean, have anything else to mention?
That's it. And I think there will be another showcase for the PlayStation. They said there will be and I think there's rumors that another showcase will happen next month.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm not sure.
So we're gonna have a part 2 of this episode.
We might have a part of Xbox, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
I think
since no one is coming to IGN, to E3, this E3, since they canceled E3,
yes.
Since the big companies are not coming, we're not coming. Nintendo, PlayStation, Sony, PlayStation, Xbox,
They're doing it online.
Ubisoft.
They're doing it online from their offices. It's
Yeah.
better for them, cheaper, and better for
Plus, they don't have to deal with the bureaucracy.
Yes.
Like E3 is
And nothing
doing.
leaking, anything getting damaged and stolen.
They control the narrative. They control the information
They
flow.
can record the episode before 1 month, even just everything, and then just upload it at YouTube. When the time arrives, it will just show up.
Yeah. All right. I think that yeah. So we can at least anticipate there might be another PlayStation showcase.
Either
Xbox.
PlayStation or Xbox, we will see.
Anything
Whatever
from-
release first.
Anything from Nintendo's side?
They're quiet. They're having their Zelda, and I think they're enjoying the money.
Oh yeah,
They're
Zelda.
enjoying the money.
I keep seeing everybody on Instagram stories that are actually just Zelda.
It's a nice game, but again, I would say it doesn't deserve a 10. It deserves an 8, 8.5. So far. I know people. The community will kill me. The community will kill
Let
me.
the community kill you.
If next week I'm dead.
Okay, I'm just assuming, I am not associated with him.
I will be dead for sure.
We love Nintendo and Zelda.
Nintendo will come and sue me.
That's your own opinion. Nintendo is one thing. But it's the community here, man.
For Zelda.
You should record that and just put it on your Instagram story.
They will block me. They will cancel me.
Good. Feel the hate.
I will be like.
Feel the hate.
Them. The Qatari geek is saying bad things about Zelda.
Well, anybody can say anything with positive or negative about video games, but I want to hear the reaction of the Qatar community to you saying that. Say that again for cameras, for cameras.
I didn't say anything.
Well, it's too late. You said it. Now you better own it. Own it.
Yeah, I said the Zelda game is nice, but it doesn't deserve a 10 and doesn't deserve Game of the Year.
Okay then.
So far, I think there will be better games. I hope.
Okay then. There, he said it. Record that and see what the community says here in Qatar. The Uber Zelda fans are gonna hunt you down.
They will destroy my car. You will see rampage in Doha.
We in Qatar gaming community do not condone violence. This episode turned funny and took a funny turn, but anyway, all right. So, thanks for coming, Guitar Geek, and thanks for coming. Yeah, we talked a lot about games today, and honestly, I hope we have another gaming episode next week, and I think we will. We will definitely let everyone know. I'd like to thank Street 974 and Geek Street, and of course, Majid Shabab for letting us use their home here in Geek Street, and we'll be seeing you guys next week, inshallah, for another fun-filled episode of Qatartainment.
With a special guest, with a very, very special guest.
Actually, now that I think about it, you didn't spoil anything. Yes, that's good.
I'm going to spoil it.
Oh, thank you. So, keep looking through our Instagram. You might know who that special guest is. we'll give you a hint. He's in the gaming development community. Wink, wink. I didn't spoil anything, did I?
No.
Alright, that was not a big hint, right? There's a lot of guys doing it.
It depends. There's only two, I think. I think there's only two.
There's only two?
Yeah.
Man, okay. Okay,
I think
so...
two. I mean, they're saying, I'm sure. I'm sorry. I don't have such information.
Alright, then we're good. I didn't give anything away. Alright, so he's in the gaming development community. Guess who it is? Alright? And we'll see you all next week. This is Single KTR.